Hello and welcome back to Cloud's Fortresscraft Evolved Frozen Factory Flattsburg. This is episode 6, and our lab has finally finished that research. Intermediate minor, of course, is going to be the very next one, so I can start my smelting array, and I no longer have to be bottlenecked by the amount of bars I have. It'll be the amount of ore that I can put into there once I get that unlocked. So we're going to start that right away, because I have the basic already in here. The other one it needs is the simplified, which are made from tin. Just got to put those on my hot bar. Put them right in there. And that will take, of course, a very long time. However, there are a lot of new researches that we can check out. As you see, I put a chest on top so I can grab some coal, because I still have a couple chests that I need to manually fill. These are all full, that's good. So, the research. We have Spiderbot as a project. I am not too concerned about him yet. I know that it's going to require a lot of components that I just don't even have, or really even have access to quite yet. So we're going to look at some of these things. I have a lot of research points, so I'm just going to kind of grab things that I need or want. I like the research, or the solar panels. I'm not quite sure what, if I don't think I can even make these yet. Yeah, I need crystal deposit. Now, I have the V3 build gun, so I can go down and take out crystal deposits manually. I'm not sure if that's something he really thought of. Might be taken out. But I can actually build a lot of this stuff earlier than I'm supposed to, because normally you need cutter heads in order to access the crystal deposit. And I'm not even quite sure if... Yeah, I can't even make the cutter heads yet, so I can actually get the crystals with my V3 build gun sooner than you're supposed to. I might actually play around with that. Oh, I need 45 gold bars per solar panel. Yeah, never mind. I think that cost went up a little bit. See, we're definitely going to want a heist for when I AFK automatic bar collection. Enhanced drill motor. I haven't upgraded any of my drill motors yet because I just skipped the first one. Iron gear, servo motor, lightweight machine housing. We're gonna need all of those. Teleporter I probably can't build yet, but we'll go ahead and get that. And the coal enricher. Now let's look at what these things need. The teleporter requires a lot more power than I can even generate right now. However, I could put together one of these. And I might just, because I've never put one together this early and it'd be interesting. I also have the lift compressors, so I can go ahead and put, I'm actually going to make one of those for now. I can only afford one. They're very, very expensive. And this isn't smelting. There's no power. Why is there no power? No resources. I must have come along and emptied this one out by accident. I usually put one or two. We're going to start enriching coal to put in here. And we're going to start enriching coal to put in there, and that will help the problem a little bit. That's unfortunate. I can also make a Mark II forced induction when I have some more iron bars. I'm going to do that when I come back up. And what else was? I know there was something else. Right, the drill motors. I'm going to make 2 of these. One of those. I'm going to put this one in the lithium because I'm going to head down there now. But before I do that, I'm going to grab the elevator that I put over here on the iron. So right now it's pretty much just useless. It's in the way, really. Soon I won't even be accessing this shaft any longer. Ooh, I did not mean to do that. dug a hole over here, and I started heading towards my lithium tunnel. And obviously, I've got quite a lot of tin to break through still before I have a decent tunnel to get through. Turn that off, but as you can see, I'll make an access to the iron from the lithium. I know it's a little dark here. Let me fix that. There we go. So the lithium is right down here. And this isn't exactly ideal to do it this way. See, I've got my power running down. Yeah, I don't have enough room to put a lift because I have the power here. I'm going to have to clear another line for power. So I'll get to that later. I'll do that off camera. That's going to be a lot of slow work. For now, I'm going to head back down. This is where I fell through the sand. It's quite a bit of digging to get myself out of that. There we go. This is right back down to where the gold was. So now that I have actually processed that scan, I can see how large this vein is. 17 million. That is going to be our main gold vein. That is fantastic. And also, now that I've processed the gold scan, I can do an unknown. And it looks like that is directly below me. What is this? Coal? How big is this coal vein? Am I going to have to go around it? No, I do not have to go around it. Looks like I can just keep going down. Rubble, that's gold still. I will clear all of this out off camera. Make a nice big tunnel to go through. That's lithium. How big is that? It's pretty sizable, and it's directly in my way. However, it looks clear over here. So why don't we go down here? Now you can hear the whistling. Maybe. I'm not sure how well you guys can hear that. But there's whistling going on. That lets me know that there's caverns nearby. You can also hit ping air. Yeah, see right underneath where I was. And there's a gem nearby too, probably inside that air cavern. Unknown block detected. That would be nickel. Wonderful. We have got titanium, nickel, and gold. We haven't actually found a titanium vein, but I usually don't have any problem with titanium. So I'm going to run up to the surface. I'm going to process this scan. I'm going to do some digging, a lot of digging. The next time I come back, this is all going to be cleared out. I'll see you then. I got my lift hooked up before I head up. Got the compressor on the side here. Got power going up. I dug my power line so that the lift would fit, and then I could share both the power. Now I just need to make some sort of easier way to get up here. I don't want to have to grapple up here. Kind of defeats the purpose of the lift. So there we go. This should now take me 64. Okay. So putting one compressor on there effectively doubles the length. One more compressor from here should get me to the surface. That's pretty good. Be right back. I'm going to take a slight break from digging to add some more power. Something I've learned, you just put 4 on each side with one of these, and that substantially increases the amount of power you're going to be dumping into him, which will also substantially increase the amount of threat. So the next time I come back, it's probably going to be to show you the first attack. Real quickly, I'm in the toxic caverns. I think that's what that all this is. I think that's toxic cavern stone. I was just clearing out my path that I told you guys I was going to dig out, and I fell. And actually down there you'll see in the top right corner, there's a little like green skull and crossbones. That was actually flashing when I was down there. And that means that there's toxic particles. Now, my suit, I believe, does come with a toxic particle. We got an amethyst here, I think. I think my care package does come with a toxic particle filter. I'm not 100% sure on that. And I don't really want to die down here. So I'm going to avoid down there and gather these. Every time I find gems on this map, there's always a bunch of them together. And that one escaped me. I will get you. So now I gotta find my way out of here, because I fell into here. This might take a little while. I'll be back. Well, that was toxic stone. I can tell already just by looking at it. And then the other one, I won't be able to research, or I won't be able to tell for just a minute. Luckily, I got plenty of power in reserve. Sapphire, not amethyst. I don't know where I came up with amethyst. I don't think there are any amethysts in this game. I think they're called sugarlight. Ruby, sapphire, diamond. Yeah, I don't think there is any amethyst. I think I'm crazy. One thing I need to do, I'm having a big problem keeping power between Arthur and I. Now that he has more power, it's actually worth it to take the time and power him up. I just do that with the battery that they give you. So I'll be back. I'm gonna hook up power going downstairs. Bit wasteful this way, but that's as far as I can get right now with the transmitters that I do have. Probably could do this a little bit neater now that I'm looking at it, but I'm not even going to mess with it now. That's fine. These transmitters are nothing for me. I do have a good portion dug out. It won't be long now. We're going to get a miner or an extractor on the gold, extractor on the nickel, and then I still have to find a titanium, and I still have to finish digging all of this stuff out. It's just time consuming. Probably not something you really even want to see. So I'll be back. I'm having a real difficult time finding an actual titanium ore, so I'm going to make this blank ore ping here. And I'm also going to make a Mark II forced induction, because I have the materials now. It requires a Mark I. There's the Mark II. Put that on my bar somewhere. We'll get rid of this Arthur power core. We don't need that anymore. Put the induction here. And under the self-crafting, as long as you've actually picked up a piece of the ore, you can make a blank, you can turn a blank ore ping into a specific ping. And that will really help me find what I'm looking for. So I'm going to hop back down this super slow elevator, of course. I've also dug all the way down, straight down to the toxic caverns. I got a little bit of power coming down. I need more transmitters to finish that. Got a shaft going all the way down to the toxic. Well, this isn't quite the toxic. Toxic's a little bit lower down there. So now I'm going to use that ping that I just made. And that will only show titanium, completely simplifying the process. Looks like I've got a pretty good vein over there. I'm going to build a bridge over there, and I'll be right back. And we finally have titanium in our sights. I've already picked some up from the ooze, so that is not enough. 126,000. That's probably not even worth me. Well, I mean, I'll slap a miner on there, but it's definitely not worth me automating. Not even by a long shot. I tend to not even bother automating a vein unless it's several million or above. But that covers all of the tier 2 ores, Well, actually, I think that's tier 3 we're considering these. I'm not really quite sure. I would consider them personally tier 2, and then I guess biomass and resin would probably be tier 3. I'm not exactly sure how that's considered. If anybody knows, please clear that up for me. I'd appreciate it. I'm gonna hop on back to the surface now, make some more power, get some ore miners, not smelters. I'm still researching the good smelters. I'm gonna get some ore miners built. Come back down here and we'll start. This is a little difficult. I'll be right back. I tell ya, I am spoiled by that jetpack. I got so used to just jetpacking around everywhere, I forgot how to use the grappling hook. Hopefully it doesn't bother you guys too much watching me finagle around with this thing. Boom. So we're going to go ahead and craft a couple ore miners. I'm going to make some more laser energy. Just see, I don't have much iron. What do I need for these? Ugh. Well, I guess that's not going to happen. I can make one. And I can make one of these. Bummer. I really need to get this stuff automated. But I was kind of hoping to just avoid the Minox for now, because I know farming resin is actually a little bit more of a process now. So I don't really want to feed the hive too much. Why can't I build with this? I just picked it up. I don't want to feed the hive because I can't really do anything about him right now. And then he'll just overgrow my CPH. He's not as far away from my CPH as I'd like him to be. Not even by a long shot. Let's cover this hole. I'm tired of falling down there. That's where the old lift was. Excuse me. I'm gonna smelt up this iron, and then hopefully I'll be back with those miners and the lasers that I need. Somebody told the bugs that I was bored because they are attacking me. I don't know what direction they're going to be coming from. Although I assume these things have enough of a range that unless they come from this direction only, I should be more than okay. More than capable of handling it. Now, if I'm not, the worst that happens is my CPH loses all its power. I'm not quite hardcore enough to play on the difficulty where if this thing goes, you're done. Especially for a Let's Play, I think that would be a little dissatisfying if I was just like, okay, we're done, because I lost. But we're going to see where these wasps are coming from. If they come from this direction, I'll shoot them myself. But I'm going to guess that they're going to come from here, because like I said, I saw a bunch of tunnel nukers coming from this direction. And I went out there and I got a little shot of the actual resin. And a worm trying to eat me. I'll find somewhere to put that in so you guys can see it at some point. But really, it's just a waiting game because some of those first bugs are just really slow. Probably even on hard mode, they're probably still super slow. So I'm just gonna have to play the waiting game. But now that I know they're coming, as soon as I see them coming, I'll turn the camera back on. And here they come. They're not coming from exactly the direction I thought. They're coming from this direction, which is better than this direction. Now, I know that there's some kind of rule where they're going to keep coming until they beat me from here, or if I beat them, they'll come somewhere else. There's some rule, one way or the other. Either they're going to keep coming till you beat them, or they're going to keep coming from the same direction till you lose. At least that's how it used to be. It would be nice, because if they keep coming from this way till I lose, I can just keep beefing up defenses over here. Now, the way this works is the more enemies that are attacking me, the more power I'm generating, therefore the more threat that I'm generating. So once they start attacking, it's kind of hard to get out of the pattern where they leave you alone until you can build some threat reducers. Now, those do require some power to work, but they reduce more threat than they give off. So I would probably, if the attacks get too much and it becomes a problem, I'll probably build some threat reducers and just put them on the batteries. And I don't like how they're doing that. That, I think, is something to do with the terrain. Where they're coming from is blocked. So their alternative is to just go a million miles up and then come down on the CPH from there. That happened a lot in my first playthrough until the tunnel nukers made it to my base. Once the tunnel nukers make it to your base, that will stop happening. But until then, you might have to just slap a couple turrets all the way up on top of here. Don't put them too close to that beam. Anything you put in this beam here breaks. Do I have anything I can show you? Yeah. I'll sacrifice some crates. Oh, well, they used to break. You used to not be able to block this beam. If you did, something it would break. At least I think so. Maybe I'm crazy. Wow, that looks bad anyway. I don't want to do that. Yeah, I used to remember something about the CPH, the laser beam coming out of here would break things if you put them up there. Again, maybe I'm crazy. Somehow I broke a tree trunk and I didn't get one back. Is there one hanging around up here? Graphics. Yep, there we go. And it's right here. Well, I guess that's it for the wasps. This thing will tell you, where is it? Back here. It'll tell you wave 5 out of 5, how many are left to spawn, how many you've killed. Wave 5, oh yeah, so it's almost done. These last guys are coming in. They'll be taken out pretty quickly. Lots of little bug parts. I want to get my Falcors and my pickup system for all these parts up as soon as I can, because those parts laying around the place bugs me. Get it? Bugs. I guess that's it for that attack. Just about. I don't have to be up here anymore. The guns will take care of it. I know that the mobs aren't coming from the direction that's not covered, so I'm not really concerned about the bugs. I need one more extractor and one more of these. Build a couple batteries too, in case I need to use the batteries to help move some of this power around. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to try to bring power down to the next tier of ores, the nickel, the gold, titanium, and then I'm going to hook the miners up and start mining that stuff. Now, I want to go straight with transport pipes. Don't know how difficult that'll be. I might be able, I don't know how far matter movers are. That might be a way to go too. I know they take a lot of power, but it's better than Minox eating the ore and then coming and destroying my base. So I need to figure out how far this laser goes down. Again, I don't have the jetpack anymore. I'm not really used to this much grappling. Oh, no. Okay. The problem with me is talking while I'm doing this, so I'm going to lay the power lines and then I'll be back. I've made it down to the gold. I like to just put a battery down to kind of stop the flow and also continue it, but be able to break off of it as well. Excuse me. I'm going to put a battery down there. We're going to get the ore extractor there, and a hopper. We are going to give him the good motor. I need lots and lots and lots and lots of gold so I can start building huge solar farms. Those are fun, and you can keep them out of sight. So I need more laser energy transmitters to be more powered down to the titanium deposit. And there's also nickel right here too. I'm just going to hit both of these for now. Since they're right next to each other, it'll be really easy to power them both. And you can have that one. Give you some power. I have so much power, I'll be able to fill this one up completely. Fill him up completely. Unfortunately, I have no more hoppers. So I think they can only hold, like, a little bit of ore inside. But I'm going to grab these before I go get those warnings off of my thing. Next, I'll have to build an ore thief and then extract crystal ore. That is going to be next episode, for sure. One thing, now that I've got these down, and I'll probably have enough ore, or iron bars, sorry, for the laser transmitters I need to continue the rest of the way down. So what I'm going to do to try to kill a little time is I'm actually going to start working on my next building. My next building is going to be kind of a warehouse for all of the random things that I have to hold. My plants, research parts, all that stuff that you're never, things that I'm never really going to use, except very, very often, very, very rarely I'll be like, hey, I need one of those. Hey, I got those. Bug parts, diamonds. You know, I don't need to hang on to all of this stuff. And pretty soon, with me coming down here to grab nickel, gold, and titanium, my inventory is going to fill up just like that. So the warehouse, I'm avoiding this at all costs, and then once I take care of him, the hive that I want to farm is way over here. So I'm going to keep most of my buildings in this general area. I've got smelting here. As far as the warehouse goes, I'm not even really sure where I'm going to make it. Definitely going to be somewhere near all my other buildings. But it's got to have easy access. I don't want to have to go inside to store. I want to be able to just pick a spot, kind of like how I have these on here, and then just be able to do the storage like that. You know, it might be interesting is I might turn this into something actually useful for storage. That might be something worth considering. I'll be back in a minute. Alright, so I'm going to keep my neon border that I've got going on here, and I'm going to replace all of the wooden planks that were in here with storage crates. Be able to access them from all sides. Like so. Oh, you can't build to me with crates yet. Makes sense because they're well, no, you can build to me with the mass storage. Why can't we build to me with the crates yet? Probably just hasn't implemented yet. So, I know, it's really not as swanky and awesome looking as these. Not yet. It will get there. But for now, I have somewhere where I can put all of this stuff that there's really no need for me to have in my inventory. Parts. The bug parts I'm actually not going to put in here. I'm going to keep those separate. The extra buildings I have can go in there for now. Probably won't be needing these, but I'm going to hang on to them just for a couple more minutes. A couple more episodes. I don't know yet. I did gather some crystal the cheap way. Couldn't help myself. I had to make sure it worked. And it did. My level 3 build gun breaks down anything pretty much. Obviously, except for magmasite, super hard rock, and uranium, because all of those are not available in the game yet. You can see them, you just can't do anything with them. Oh, this is almost done. Fantastic. Very, very soon I'm going to be able to start building smelters, and I'm not going to be bottlenecked by this one smelter anymore. I did go ahead and build 2 of those other smelters, just because I was having so much ore coming up, I couldn't smelt it all in time. It's a complete waste, and I didn't use them for very long. In fact, I've already stored them away. Pretty close to actually covering up this and getting rid of all of this, because I can now access my iron from the lithium if I so choose. And it's going to be automated very soon, so I won't have to be coming down here anymore. So that will also be covered up. Oops. Not so good with the grappling. This should be nearly done. Did you guys run out of coal? You sure did. That is very, very soon in the making. In fact, how many bars do I have? 133, 213. I'm going to need some to make these smelters, but I'm also going to need a lot of iron. Not quite sure what they take before I go building a bunch of conveyors and start automating the coal. I want to wait until this is finished. It's just got the one last pod left to go. I want to wait until this one's finished. Here, let me help you out. So I can see how much those smelters are actually going to cost me. Hey Arthur, give me some power. You're hoarding it all, buddy. I'm going to have to remember the next time I go down to those extractors, I need to set the offline warning to false. Because it's going to be false, or it's going to be offline warning for a while because, well, A, there's no hoppers down there. Then B, even when I do put a hopper down there, it's going to fill up pretty quickly. Just trying to push this along. Almost done. Just want to finish this one last thing and then I'll wrap this up. Alright, we got those. I'm not going to do any more research yet. I'll probably just pick resin handling next, just because I don't really want to use a lot of materials on anything, and I have all the resin I need for that particular project. Yeah, I got 240. Definitely got enough. So the regular ore smelters, oh, that requires tier 2. That's not something I really was thinking about. Alright, well, that'll do it then. Next episode, I'll have some titanium, nickel, and gold bars so I can start getting some of these smelters made. I'm not going to set up my smelter area yet. I'd like you guys to be able to see how I do that. So anything I build will just be temporary. If I forget to take it down, I'll take it down as soon as I remember. But that's it for now, and I thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time.